Music is complicated. We hear it and then we listen to it. We do not fully understand why we like it, probably because it entertains us. We remember different memories from it and we connect to it. Music is different to everyone. For example, Jude is a high school student. She always listens to music, especially pop. Everyone has a different taste in music. We listen to alternatives, pop music, hip-hop and rap, classical and many other genres. However, we all share a genre with someone else. So when someone says that they are the only person that listens to Billie Eilish, know that that is not true. Why do they like and listen to her music? Well, there are 3 main factors that come into play: biological, cultural, and social. In Al-Daoud's study, it was shown that our biology does not have a strong impact on music taste. Testosterone levels in the male and female were measured in the study, and then the participants were asked about their music tastes. Both sexes had a wide range of results, so being male or female does not necessarily have an impact on our music taste. However, this study also supported another perspective and influence, the cultural one. All the participants were Japanese. They had different tastes, but they all had a common liking towards pop. This is so because of their interaction with one another and how popular it is in their society. Anne Colley conducted an investigation to explore what gender has to do with our music taste. When we talk about gender, the results showed that feminine women are most likely to listen to pop songs or mainstream music. Men who were categorized to be part of the masculine side would often listen to rock or sophisticated music. Gender plays a huge role because it sets certain standards for what each gender should listen to, as there is a huge influence by society. To understand more about music, we asked 3 teachers at King's Academy to give us their own comments.
At King's Academy, I teach music for 9th through 12th grade.
I teach AP Psychology and English.
I teach visual arts.
In general, I think one of the major influences on music taste is where you grow up. And that can be regionally as your culture, and it can be as specific as what your parents listen to.
Maybe experiences, maybe personal characteristics in each person. I feel every person has their own character, and that is expressed in the music they listen to.
I think it has a lot to do with peers. I think depending who you hang out with and what they listen to, because if you're listening to the same music with the same people, like if they're your friends, you've got to be influenced by that. You want to fit in, you want to belong with the people that you're with. I think that what you're exposed to comes into it a lot. So how many times you hear things, even just if you're hearing it in the mall or on the radio, that can have a big influence over what you like or don't like.
I listen to music all the time. Depending on, if I want to listen to something while I'm walking home, I'll put my headphones on as I walk across campus. Most frequently, I've been listening to a lot of singer-songwriter, pop kind of styles. But also, I've recently gotten into rap music, which I think is fascinating. Specifically through Janelle Monáe's newest album, and then I always love a good show tune. Musicals are some of my favorite songs come from musical theater as well.
Yes, I listen to music. I listen to quite a lot of different genres. So right now I've been listening to quite a lot of indie, but I also really kind of enjoy going back to my more teenage days with punk and screamo music. And then it just depends on where I am and who I'm with, so I'll kind of listen to anything.
I listen to a lot of things. I listen to rock, some hip hop, Arabic music. But I noticed the common thing between everything I listen to is that it needs to be indie, alternative, and slow.
It depends on what I'm listening to. Because I have studied a lot of music theory, I actually find it quite difficult to have like symphonies or string quartets on in the background, because my theory brain turns on and it starts analyzing what I'm listening to. So I actually can't really listen to like more complex classical romantic era music while trying to focus on something else. But with like the simpler structure of like a pop tune or something like that, where it has a simpler like chord progression in the background, that's easier for me to kind of keep in the background if I'm focusing on something else.
Oh, I think that really depends on the type of music. I think that if you're listening to music which doesn't have lyrics and is of a certain tempo, it can absolutely be boosting focus. I think the more you need to focus in on what's being said in a song, the more distracting that could be.
It's definitely a boost. It's a distraction if I'm reading. Like when I read, it becomes a distraction. But when I'm working, when I'm active, it's more of a boost. I would say like 90% of the time I would listen to music. But if I really, really need to focus, I stop the music sometimes. Like if I'm doing like a very intricate detail of some sort, I stop the music. Or I listen to even slower music.
I think, you know, how we are, like if I take that example of the mall, okay, if you're at the mall or if you're in a restaurant or you're in a place like that and you're always hearing the same songs again and again and again, it almost happens on that like subliminal level of, you know, I know every lyric to Taylor Swift's Shake It Off, but I don't actually ever play that song myself. But, you know, when it comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun, this is upbeat. And even though I may not have selected it for myself, just the fact that I've been exposed to it so many times probably impacts the way that I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun, this is fine.
Of course, there's a lot that goes into it if we're talking about songs that have lyrics, then there's the writing part and of course the composing part and creating the melodies and all that. So it's definitely art. And I feel as listeners, we connect to it just the same as we connect to paintings and sculptures.
I can't. I have students that are introverted and shy. I have students that are outgoing. I have students that are introverted in their other classes but super outgoing when they step into mine. And I have the opposite. I have students that are super outgoing in other classes and they come to mine and they're less outgoing. But I don't know that I could put a single personality or characteristic trait on the students that I have.
We also asked another 25 faculty members through a survey. Turns out that 40% of the participants would listen to any alternative music of any kind, and most of them were rated highly confident in the new tourism scale. This could be because of their contact with the students who are listening to different genres of music and alternatives. Feels different than what is actually being listened to often. The survey also asked about which Arab artists they would listen to out of a list. 56% said none. The remaining 44% all picked Fairuz as their top pick. When asked about Western and European artists, 36% picked Queen. This could be because of their popularity over the other choices given on the survey, and only 24% chose none. Overall, biology does not have a strong influence on our music taste. Culture and our personalities do. It is what we are exposed to that influences what we like and don't like. Our experiences, the people we hang around with, and what we are exposed to the most. Music is only one of many other art forms. Art as a whole is perceived differently across different cultures. Music is still being researched and there is yet to be more discovered. Till now, we identify it as an artistic perception.